The future of education is virtually here. For decades, the idea of entering a virtual classroom instead of a physical one was the stuff of science fiction. Yet in the last 10 years, the technology needed to hold gatherings and collaborate on projects from home has become widely available. According to the digital education consultant Sherry Young, we're waking up to the fact that we can do so much more with what we have. It is highly common today for an assignment to be distributed, completed, returned and marked entirely online. Online lectures are somewhat common as well, and in a small but growing number of cases even class discussions are held, or attempted, via video conferencing. But these adventures in learning are not without their hiccups. Technical issues. It was a disaster, said Liam Wong. Wong is a maths teacher at a senior secondary school. He was explaining to me his first attempt at teaching a class online, after the pandemic forced his school to close. Some students couldn't figure out how to enter the group chat, or their connection kept dropping out. Those who managed to get my video to stream complained that the quality wasn't high enough, and they couldn't read what was on the board. Just an absolute mess. Young says such issues are not unusual. Even in a well-connected city like Hong Kong, not all students will have an internet service that is fast enough, making learning via video streaming a challenge. Nor will they have the right hardware. Their computer may be too slow or, as with Mr. Wong, their webcam may not be up to the task. Technological issues can happen on the teacher's side, too, she confirms. And then of course there's the issue of tech literacy. Using new software is a challenge, and for many people video conferencing and collaborative document editing are not yet parts of their skill set. These problems can be insurmountable in families with only one computer being shared between 2 or more students taking classes at the same time. In the past years, Wong would make each study group produce a video about practical mathematics application in everyday life. But with students working remotely this years, a video project did not seem feasible. So, he told them to make presentation instead, and told them what software to download. Martha Wei, a student in Wong's class, described a group project that ran into problems because of technical glitches and digital incompetence. I downloaded it, said Martha, but it wouldn't work on my computer. In the end, Martha contributed research and planning, which she emailed to another group member, Ashley, who put her work into their presentation. A third group member, Joe, said the program was working on his computer, but he couldn't figure out how to make the edits he was supposed to. Ashley ended up doing his work too. When she tried to email the finished presentation for them to review, the file was too big and it wouldn't be sent. Frustrated, Ashley decided to simply submit it to the teacher through the school's file sharing system. Martha and Joe never saw the presentation. With great power comes great responsibility. In the above case, Martha, Ashley and Joe were at least making an effort to complete their work as a group. As class go digital, students are being given more responsibility over maintaining their focus and managing their time. I've definitely seen students fall asleep during a video class, says Wong. And then of course who knows how many are actually playing games or browsing social media instead of listening to me. Some don't even try to hide it. Young agrees that the distance created by remote learning makes it harder for students to concentrate on schoolwork. Working on a computer that is connected to all the distractions the web provides certainly does not help either. However, Young recognizes that digital learning also means that students get to learn to work on their own away from the watchful gaze of an instructor. Wong recalls that the initial switch to e-learning led to a spike in the late submission of homework, though now, he says, things have improved, they're handing things in on time now. Young believes self-motivated learning is an important thing to learn. Sitting on seat at school all day isn't really natural, it doesn't teach you to take control of your own life. So perhaps more freedom and responsibility is good for learning important life skills. The human touch. Physical distance is still a problem, though, learning is social, says Young. Casually chatting with friends about lesson, bonding over assignments, these things facilitate learning. Student may have trouble getting invested in the subjects if they lack a sense that they are going through it with their friends. Wang continues, in class, I see students asking each other questions all the time. They help each other understand the subject. Not everyone is comfortable asking their teachers the questions they have. If they're not sitting together in classroom, I'm not sure they'll bother asking anyone at all. Without social support, student may fail to grasp key concepts. A whole new world. Many of the more technical issues stem in part from the sheer novelty of distance learning. Teacher and student are simply not accustomed to using these tools, and the tools, software, computer, internet, need to be further developed to better cater to their users. And while some good technology does exist, its novelty is part of the reason it is not more widespread. With time, people will learn to use all kinds of technology. They will get used to interacting through a screen. That will be especially true of young people, people born into a digital world, so-called digital natives. Even human bonding and support one's friends will become easier, and improved technology will make our digital interactions more fluid and natural.